Friday, another vlog. Ooh, a little bit. Drop that down too. About there, be nice. Hope you're all well on this Friday night. I don't even know what night it is. Holy crap. Need to get some sleep. Yeah, a little bit of info. Some big news for the channel side, which is good. Sort of sorted out today a little bit. We now are selling some merch. I've put the link will be below in all our videos now. You can go over to Teespring. They're a company that basically I can put in the designs. I've put one lot in now. I'll be doing more and more as we go. But basically you'll be able to buy shirts. I've got a shirt coming, so you'll be able to see that. Coffee mugs, towels, pretty much everything you want with our logo and all of our Another Day, Another Vlog stuff. So if you're a regular watcher to the show and you want a coffee mug or a t-shirt or something, all the money will support the channel. Help me do new reviews on stuff and gear and bits and pieces like that, so that'll be cool. So yeah, link will be below. If you're not already a subscriber, while you're there, smash that bell and hit the subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. On with the news. That was good news, but yeah, big news for me and the channel. And let's go into some fun stuff. Not much tech stuff tonight. It's Friday night. It normally slows down over the weekend for the tech releases. It's sort of normally during the week, but a fair bit of news. There's a new AI program that was developed and used in hospitals in the States, and it's basically capable of predicting when you are going to die. Sounds a bit morbid, but basically they put the cardiograms of 1.7 million cardiograms from this Pennsylvania hospital into the system. It was able to accurately predict when these poor people were going to not be with us and their families. So I guess depending on which way you look at it, so yeah, it's a morbid sort of a thing, and knowing that you're going to pass away, but also I guess too, in some respects, if you do know that you haven't got long to go, you can sort of plan stuff, say goodbyes to your family, make sure everything's legally done, you've got your wills and done, you can set all that up. So I guess for older people, if they know that it's not looking that good, having that forethought and be able to plan ahead is pretty cool. It's probably a good thing actually. It's not pretty cool, it's probably a good thing, and would make it a little bit easier for their family that's left behind, so they don't have to deal with too many problems or arguing with government people over wills and testaments, and that sometimes can be a nightmare. Plenty of occasions the governments try to come in and steal money off out of wills and stuff and claim stuff, and you always hear about issues with that. So sort of that, in that regard, is pretty good. Also, if it doesn't look like you're good, you might be able to find some measures to help change it and prolong your life and give yourself a little bit extra time. So pretty cool, super accurate, this program. Pretty impressive in that regards. The technology's going down that way. I guess tech in the future, it'll probably end up a little bit like Star Trek. You just wave a wand over and it'll tell you what's wrong with it and go in and fix it. So yeah, very cool. On a negative note, Apple employees. An Apple employee in California was caught sending customers personal pictures, and when I say personal, I think it was probably a naked photo of themselves from over a year ago in the message history. Going through, she was trying to get her phone, went in to get her phone repaired, come back and noticed there was something sent to an unknown number. Checked it out, and it was this picture from over a year ago she'd sent her boyfriend. Obviously that person got fired, but yeah, just probably be vigilant if you are taking your phone in and leaving it with the companies and stuff like that. As you should delete all your history and those photos. If you do have something that's personal on your phone, make sure you delete it as soon as you finish with it or whatever. And I think I generally clean all my messages out like once a month anyway. I'll just, instead of having 65 columns, I'll just go through and get rid of them. Any photos I want to keep, I'll save them anyway, so I'm not sure why she had that over a year's worth of messages. That's pretty crazy, but not good for Apple. Not a good bit of advertising for them, and I'm sure they'll be making sure that these things can't happen too much more. Yeah, now, next, with B&H, well, we're also on some negative stuff. B&H, one of the biggest photography companies or shops on the planet. They're a New York-based company. They employ thousands of people. Very big, sell millions and millions of dollars worth of gear every year. They're being sued by the New York State Attorney General for $7 million in taxes missed. In New York, you've got to pay, if you've got a rebate, say you buy something for $1,000 and Sony, a camera for $1,000 off Sony, and then Sony gives you a rebate for $300. Generally, you wouldn't have to pay anything on that, say $300 that Sony's rebating you. Well, in New York, you're still going to pay tax on the $1,000, even though Sony's giving you a rebate. So generally, I know in Australia, those rebate schemes are sort of, well, that's it. You get $700, you pay $700. You're only paying it on that. But for some reason in New York, you still have to pay it, and they haven't paid it on up to $57 million worth of gear since 2012 or something. So they owe $7 million in taxes. So huge tax bill for them. They're fighting it hard. They're saying it's a stupid rule. Obviously, it sounds a little bit pretty much stupid, and definitely would affect people buying stuff. So in New York, so they're going to lose money anyway from the taxes. So I think it's just a matter of this might be the event that gets them to change that rule. See through. There's a lady named Diana, I can't pronounce her name, Duraya Karena. I watched a video on her. She's a marine biologist. She developed this software that can basically remove water out of your photos and videos. So basically, when you take a photo underwater, just say you're taking a photo of the Great Barrier Reef, underwater you either get that blue or green and you don't get those bright colours. So everything sort of looks really flat, I guess. She, over the last 5 years, she's developed this algorithm that basically takes out all that blue and green and gives you the exact colours of what that would be like with no water. So if you, basically, the easiest way to explain it, if this was a piece of coral under the water, it'd be all blue and green. Basically, if you took it out of the water, you can see the reds, the blues, the whites. And that's basically what she's done. She's enabled her cameras can take a photo and come back to that, hit the algorithm, and it just makes all that water disappear, and it's amazing. Some of the photos are just so beautiful, like all the fish and everything just popping, all their colours, really, really good. She's done a fantastic job. She'll make an absolute packet out of this. She won't have to worry about working again, because this will sell. This will be in every camera, phone, underwater camera that gets made for the next 10 years, without a doubt. So a pretty amazing thing, and it's going to be able to give people that research, develop, tourists and everything the ability to come home with some fantastic images. Last but not least, on the tech side, the Ryzen 3950X processors been released from AMD, and yet again AMD has just smashed it out of the ballpark. This thing is as good as, for 750 US, so about 1,000 Australian, it's pretty much as good as their second generation Threadrippers. An amazing bit of kit. The only place it doesn't smash the Intel chips, the i9 chips, is in gaming, and it's not far off them. So if you're in the looks, or you're trying to chase up a new processor, definitely worth looking at the Ryzen 3950X. A little bit expensive, about $1,000, but yeah, what an amazing bit of kit. The reviews on it are just amazing. They're just saying this thing just rocks it. Thermal heating and all that is just really, really good. It's actually dropped from the previous chip. The temperatures are dropped. It's done a really good job, so very, very cool. And that's about it. Bit of a quick one tonight. Not much product stuff other than that one, which was pretty cool. And it is Friday night. It's the beginning of the weekend. If you're out partying, have a drink for me, have some fun, blow off your steam, get some sleep in on the weekend, and we'll see you all for Saturday tomorrow. So wherever you're coming, going, or heading out, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget the merch. Check the merch out. Let me know what you think. Anyway, any ideas? Tell me, chuck some comments below, and let me know what you want me to create. I'll hopefully have our fishing shirts on there soon. Always, catch you soon. Ciao!